Hi, how you doing? All right, so I haven't watched over the videos that I post in for the spiritual teaching. Basically just working on your ego, because that's the one thing that's blocking you from really being spiritually enlightened and having an ultimate relationship with the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Because you're caring about everything and not just yourself. So I'm just gonna just summarize. I mean, basically that was a lot of it. Just summarizing a lot of it right there. But it's like you just want to literally, love everything on this earth, literally. You know what I'm saying? Love everything as if you created it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to free yourself from ego, because now you're going to be worrying about the whole. You're going to be worrying about everything. You know what I'm saying? And just worrying about yourself, that's very small-minded thinking. That's going to result in you being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about a lot more, your mind is open. You think about a lot more problems. You think a lot more solutions. You know what I'm saying? So spiritual, this is basically the shift in consciousness that's occurring. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I'm very sick and tired of all this selfish thinking and people trying to persuade me to act selfishly. And that makes absolutely no sense when you look at history and you observe the people who have been remembered through time, and with the exception of the psychopaths who committed atrocities. You know what I'm saying? But they were awesome humanitarians who cared about everyone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not only are people being selfish, but now they're preaching selfishness to their friends and their family. It just and it's just a result of just the inadequate structure of everything. It's just it's just annoying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wrap up as much, not in this ego talk. I don't practice any of this stuff. Just but it's like it's kind of earlier yesterday. I was posting stuff about the new society. Like having a structure designed so it's like even the quote unquote leader, even though the whole thing about it is because of shared responsibility and empowerment, there would be like everybody would be a leader. So the leader is kind of like it's not like in this society where it's like the leader, he's at the top and it's this pyramid. You know what I'm saying? In the new world, it's going to be an ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the leader, he's just there, he provides counsel. He empowers people and whatnot, but it's not like he's like laying down. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't even make sense. That's not how and anything was supposed to be run. That breeds ego. That breeds ego when someone is at the top and has all the power. But I relate to what this guy was. He was just basically nitpicking stuff like little concepts about this new world. And then it's kind of like, that's what the ego does. It loves to nitpick and not see things in the big picture. It loves to think in terms of the past. So it's like, I'm talking about a new world, and he's like bringing up communism. And it's like, okay, did communism have a global resource-based economy? There was still money flowing. It's just like, that the ego literally doesn't even make sense. It's like, like literally, I'm saying like, I'm proposing no money. I'm personally not going to touch jewels. People have been killing for jewels, so just the very love of that is just insane thinking. It's just very insane. It's very immature. It's just the primitive age of man. Being it's shiny and being drawn to it. It's like, come on, like you know what I'm saying, like you like 3 months old. Like I don't know. I'm just like I'm very over that stuff. I don't know. I'm just very over that stuff. It's just like materialism, the pursuit of material objects and thinking that's going to bring you happiness. That's just completely absurd thinking. It's just completely absurd. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be serving our neighbors. We're supposed to be serving this planet. We're not supposed to. Like it's very unnatural. It's very unnatural, and that's why so many people are unhappy. Because it's unnatural to only care about self and not care about everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a literal. That's not that. It just it disobeys God. It's like literally, you know what I'm saying? When you're not appreciating what God created, you're being very trifling. It's very trifling behavior. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Just you want to appreciate like the littlest of creatures. Really, like because God's essence is in everything. So it's like to go around killing stuff is just very sick and absurd. It's just very asinine behavior. So just once again, the ego loves to nitpick. It loves to think. It loves to relate things to the past. Because the ego thinks very small, so it can't think in the big picture. It can't think in terms of it's hard for the ego to grasp new concepts because it's so locked into the past. And just the ego. Oh my God, ego is what's holding mankind back. You know what I'm saying? Once people learn to humble themselves, mankind is really going to start to do some really amazing things. But luckily, that's going to happen too. Because that's just how it works. So the ego. Oh my God, the ego. The ego just never have enough. It never can have enough. You know what I'm saying? It's just always more money, more power, thinking that more and more is going to. And the problem is the ego never has enough. It never has enough. So in the very thinking that that next material object is going to bring you happiness, it's just completely absurd. It's just comical, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that people go through their life, like living that way, and I don't know. I mean, I guess my life has been destined, or whatever, for this purpose. But it's like it didn't take me long to realize that, all this material, this love of material clothes, and just trying to get this car, thinking that it's just like it never ends. It literally never ends because the ego is never satisfied. But the ego is a parasite. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with the world leaders. It's like they're very ego-driven people. You know what I'm saying? And the ego is just a parasite on the rest because it's only concerned about itself with no regard for anything else. So it just sucks until the host dies, and then the ego dies. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the 1% are doing to this world. You know what I'm saying? They're sucking the people dry. They're keeping them as stupid as possible. And they're just growing fat. And it's like if they were helping the population, all of mankind would just be building up. But it's like instead, progress is very slow and staggered. You know what I'm saying? Freaking scientists in Canada are coming up with potential cures for cancer because it's not viewed as a profitable drug. Drug companies won't finance his research. You really have to get the insanity in that right there. You know what I'm saying? People only concerned about their pockets as opposed to the greater good. These billionaires are out here. There's children starving every 5 seconds, and they're worried about just making their pockets even fatter. It's just a lot more to go into just the ego, and all of this is a result of ego. From my observations of this planet, just of this world. You know what I'm saying? All of the problems stem from ego. It just trickles down and manifests into a variety of other things. But it's just the ego of these leaders, and they're just waging war. They're literally waging war against humanity and this planet, and that bullshit needs to come to an end over my dead body. That's that. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Maybe they're really trying to kill me. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Because either way, this is going to get done. Because somebody's going to pick up the torch and carry the flame of truth. But because this is really ridiculous when you understand what they're doing, when you understand what they're doing, what they're trying to do. That's the really sick part, because they have an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And it's, hopefully they'll see this, and some of them will wake up and hey, damn, maybe we should stop killing people. Maybe we should stop destroying the earth that God created. Maybe that realization will happen, but you know what I'm saying? Until then, I'm just gonna keep being out here running around, and showing people that I actually give a damn, because it sometimes it feels like I'm the only one. Oh my God, he's cleaning up the earth. He must be a lunatic. Anyways, I'm going into a lot of stuff. But it's like, it's ego, just spiritually ill. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are trying to find God. They're viewing God as some separate entity. God flows in everything. So it's like, if you want to be close to God, if you want to find God, just start loving everything, and then you'll feel God around you, and then you'll feel God's essence in you as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's not complicated. You know what I'm saying? That's what the ego does. It detaches itself from God. God created you, so. It doesn't even make sense to think of yourself as detached from God in the mindset that God created you. So it makes no sense to view it as it's something, as God's something over there. God is everywhere. God is flowing through you. You just have to open your eyes and feel. You know what I'm saying? You have to feel that energy. I've given my life. I wasn't even a religious person or godly person until I had the revelation. And then that's when I just started praying. Anyway, I'm not going into all that, but it's like, you have to have faith in God. You have to have faith in God that God is guiding you. And you just have to feel, you just have to start to care about stuff. That's really the foundation of spiritual enlightenment, is just caring about stuff. Eckhart Tolle, he goes into a lot more depth and whatnot, but I'm basically just giving you the short, the sweet version of it. Just caring about stuff, and it's okay to care about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But don't make yourself the center of the world, because that is ego. That is asinine. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that everybody's out to get you. Thinking that the world is trying to cause you problems. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happens. Let stuff go. Let it, you're holding on to grudges, holding on to stuff. It's just stuff that inflicts pain on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, move on. Stuff is going to happen. There's going to be stuff that hurts, but it's like, it doesn't last forever. You just move on. That's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna wrap this up. It's already at 10 minutes. But spiritual enlightenment. It has to happen. That's the shift in consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the shift in consciousness, just to wrap it up, is just people caring about what God created, and everybody is going to have a very, very close relationship with God, because we're going to care. You're going to care. That's and you want to have a relationship with God. You want to, because it just feels great. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do something to benefit other people, and you do something to benefit this planet, as opposed to wreaking havoc on this planet. It literally doesn't make sense, and it starves your spirit, which it just starves your spirit, which leads to pain and suffering. Once again, the ego just feeds on pain and suffering. It's just, oh my God, the ego. I wish I could just freaking just wave my hand and just be like, wow, like big old, but you know what I'm saying? The way I see it, I just have to blow up, and then people see these videos, and it'll make clear sense. Once you watch this video, I'm pretty sure it'll make clear sense. You know what I'm saying? You can read as many books as you want, you know what I'm saying? But it's just very simple, just to care. Just to care. Care about what God created. Act as if you're the creator. Act as if you were the creator. Like, would you litter? Probably not. Would you kill all this stuff? Probably not. It's simple like that. So I love y'all. They're gonna get this one. They're gonna get that. So, it's just very simple stuff. So I love it. Peace.